George Goes to the Hospital by Ella and Autumn. George is a monkey. His nose is strange because once in a while it leads him into big trouble. One day in George's house he found a box on the table. He thought there was something in it, so he picked it up and started to shake it. Then, when he opened the box, he thought it was candy. So he ate it. After a while, the man with the yellow hat came in. How you doing, George? George just sat there with the box behind him. The man with the yellow hat opened the box. The man with the yellow hat saw it was a puzzle and put it together. And that's weird. It's a brand new puzzle. And it's missing a piece. Oh well, I'll look more in the morning. The next morning, the man with the yellow hat went to wake up George. Rise and shine, George. But George just rolled over and whined as he clutched his tummy. Are you okay, George? No, George felt sick, so the man with the yellow hat called Dr. Baker. I think you should take George to the hospital.
Closer.
Dun, dun, dun. I will take George right away. And the man with the yellow hat drove George to the hospital. Come on, George. Let's go inside. George clutched his rubber ball as tight as he could when they walked inside. Come on, George. The nurse gave him a sweet white drink. This will help the doctor see what's wrong with you.
Closer.
Then they walked down to the X-ray room. It had a strange machine in it. Hello, George. Hello, George. Hop on and we'll see what's wrong with you. The machine started whirring and snap! It was done. There's something in there that should not be. And indeed there was. It was a missing puzzle piece. Come on, George, let's go to the children's room. And there was a bed just for George. He sat in bed for a while,
Closer.
looking at other kids. Steve was a boy with a cast on his leg. He sat in a go-kart. Then a stretcher came to bring him to the operating room. A nurse gave George a shot. Then he fell asleep. The next morning, George felt better. He got to eat additional ice cream. The man with the yellow hat came to see George. So did Steve. I get to have my cast taken off tomorrow, George. Come on, George, let's go to the playroom. The playroom was full of children. some more finger painting, and there was even a puppet theater. Then George found a record player. He got on and pushed a button. He went around and around. He flew. Whoa!
Come on, George, let's go back to your room.
When George got back, Steve was taking his first steps.
Closer.
George jumped into the cart and wheeled out of the room. George, come back! But George was too excited to listen. He wheeled down the ramp. He couldn't stop. Wham! He crashed right into the mayor, food carts, and other people. Right in the mayor's arms.
What a mess!
Suddenly, everybody looked up and listened. From up above, there came lots of laughter. Everyone joined in except for George. Don't be sad, George. This whole thing was so funny. I never laughed so much in my life.
Closer.
George, you have made a terrible mess, but you also made our sad little Betsy happy again. Your friend is here to take you home. Goodbye, George. So the man with the yellow hat took George home. George had a little package to open when he got home. He tore the box open and there was the piece of the puzzle that had caused all the trouble. The end.